It's a legal case out of a novel or possibly the New York Post. A Swiss heiress says she got swindled out of millions of dollars by a banking baron and a Harvard professor. Now, after her mother died in 2002, she was left with hundreds of millions of dollars in shares of Novartis. That's the world's biggest pharmaceutical company. But a large chunk of her new investments turned sour after she turned to a friend for advice. But is this bad advice illegal? Joining me now, Charrington, criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor and Fox News legal analyst, Lise Wheel.
She was given misrepresentations regarding the company.
So did they lie to her? You
exactly.
care about that?
Exactly. If they intentionally lied to her and misrepresented facts, you can be fraudulently induced to invest or purchase.
Can I ask you this one? I want to ask
It's
both of you this question, because in this country, some people have to meet what they call a fiduciary duty.
Right.
So if you're advising somebody on investments and you're a financial advisor, not a broker, but a financial advisor, you got to do the right thing. You can't mess around and say, oh, let's invest in changing matter, for goodness sakes.
That's right.
You have to give them good advice.
And if you create that type of relationship where you are now working in someone's best interest and becoming a fiduciary, you do have that duty of care to make sure you provide the proper information.
Fiduciary.
Throwing in now the Harvard professor adds the credibility to the product. And now investing based on thinking that this is a great product, you're being sold to it, by someone else who's also invested a lot of money. They apparently grossly misrepresented the value of the product. But if you're talking to someone about their product and their company and they're giving you that information, you would reasonably rely on what they're telling you. And if they're telling you something that she can prove is false, that could be the problem. Not just hyping up the product,
was a pie in the sky kind of thing when you attach
she should have exercised some due diligence, but
on her own.
But if she was given false information, I have to stick with that because that's the problem here. If they gave her information that was false about the company,
do you have any idea other than just prompting up, saying, oh, we've got a Harvard professor, the MIT professor? Do you have any knowledge that she was actually given false information, induced into this?
Well, that's what has to be proven, and that's what she's going to have to show in her lawsuit. It's like false advertising.
You know what? What's great debate.
Many lawyers are going to be paid for
Thanks. Thanks for coming in. Good stuff. It's a good conversation.
Yeah.
People do that every day where they roll the dice and get burned. And very interesting. Thanks a bunch, guys.